All right, y'all. Let's talk about snow this week. So a few days ago, we were looking at the chance of maybe some moisture coming in with some cold air Wednesday, Thursday this week. Now that's not happening. At this point, it looks like it's kind of backed up a little earlier and a little bit warmer. So Wednesday, we do have a chance for some rain, but temperatures are going to be above freezing all day. I've got a low for Wednesday at 34 degrees, a high of 48 on Wednesday. So it's just going to be rain, just liquid, no chance for snow. However, now we're starting to see some models push a trend for some amount of snow into next weekend. Now that's about 7 days out. That's where you need to really be cautious of what you see on social media. You'll probably start seeing maps throwing, 4, 8, 12 inches of snow in Memphis. Ignore them. One thing about winter weather forecasting is that the conditions are very sensitive to changes. So if it's the same amount of moisture, the temperature of when that snow is being created in the cloud is very, very conditional. If it's super cold, it might be too dry and it won't really form good big snowflakes. If it's super warm, then the snowflakes are gonna pack down. You gotta be right in a sweet spot for snow. And so ironing out those details when we're still 7 days out, it's really difficult to say what is exactly going to happen. So it's really tough to make a forecast. That being said, the models are still showing something happening. Sure, that's one possibility. We might see snow. We might see severe thunderstorms. We might just see some rain. We might just see a clear and cold day, just like we had this past weekend. This past weekend, there was supposed to be a big swath of heavy snow just to our south 7 days out, and it didn't happen. So take a look at this graphic here. Of course, this is just sort of the general rules of winter weather forecasting. When we're 10 to 7 days out, that's when the models, we sort of call it jokingly fantasy land. It's way too far out to be believable, but the models start throwing some favorable patterns our direction. 7 to 5 days out, where we are sort of on the cusp right now, that's where we start to look for trends. Is it showing up more frequently on the models? Are we seeing a trend of more likely, less likely to happen? So that's where we're going to be today through the next couple of days. Where we start to get a little more confident is in the 5 and less day time frame. So 5 to 3 days out, that's when we can start to decide, okay, is it looking like we'll see rain or will we maybe see snow? It's really tough to get snow here in the Mid-South, so it's possible, but it's not very, very likely. And then of course, once we get within 3 days, that's when we can figure out the timing, figure out the total amounts of snowfall that we could see. So that'll be past Wednesday when we could be looking at really what we could see for snow amount. So I know this is a really long video, but basically what I'm trying to say is, yes, you're probably going to see some snow maps on social media floating around, but no, you don't need to panic just yet. It's not going to be anything that we really have any legitimate understanding of until the middle of the week. I just want to get out ahead of it because I've already seen a few people floating around out there talking about this snow, so I wanted to toss my hat in and basically say we don't really know what's going to happen just yet, but we'll let you know as soon as we do.